Grand Rising loves. This is the altar spread for the collective today, and it is exciting. Look, so the Toltskin is what showed up for the sacred geometry. This is the Mayan calendar of time. And so it's very different than our 12 months. This is set up on 260 days, but in 13 segments. And so this actually showed up in the reverse. So Toltskin in the reverse is saying, do you feel like you don't have any time? That your schedule is always overbooked, or you always feel like you're running somewhere, you're always late, you always feel rushed, or do you catch yourself saying like there's never enough time? Those are behaviors of I am doing something that is not aligned. So whenever you are doing something that is not meant for you and you are perpetuating that energy, it's going to feel like that. It's going to feel like forced. So I call that the Sisyphus effect. You know, he's the mythological man that was made to push that boulder up the side of the mountain for the rest of his days. And it's a monumental task, and you become exhausted, and it's excruciating. It's excruciating physically, it's excruciating mentally, emotionally, but most especially spiritually. It breaks the spirit. So showing up in the reverse, it's saying, what are you doing? And if this is the kind of things that you're saying or feeling, you have to really be honest about what you're doing and fix it. Stop doing for others and do for you. Really get aligned and it'll feel right. Whenever you're aligned, there is an overabundance of time. And you will always feel that everything just falls into place and it's smooth. You're never going to feel rushed or stressed or exhausted. It's not going to happen. Now, Earth showed up, and Earth also showed up in the reverse. So Earth is saying, you know, have you been feeling ungrounded or thrown off your path lately? Do you feel disconnected? And so what it's actually telling you to do is to focus, to get back to those old connections with yourself, maybe how you've been nourishing your body. Because when you really feel connected and love, you have a different relationship with what you're putting into your body. And I'm not putting anybody in a box or creating black and white directions like, to be ascended, you need to eat this kind of way or behave this kind of way. No, fuck all that. We can all do it. We can all ascend. We can all ascend. And you can ascend by fucking, if you're being clean about it and your intent is pure and you are using it as a spiritual sacred thing. You can also ascend eating meat, but are you respecting the sacrifice of that animal? Because animals are not just things. They are also sentient beings like us that are sharing this space. And so if you partake in that, you have to give the reverence that is due, thanking that animal for its sacrifice so that your body may be nourished, and that you will take that nourishment and you will take your energy and use it for the betterment of all humanity. That you're not just mindlessly putting things into your body and perpetuating nasty ass energy into this earth plane. I mean, that's just putting it in layman's terms, you know? So fire showed up to tell you that you are actually in a trial by fire. So if you feel like you have no time, if you feel like you're getting the smackdown, if you feel disconnected, which is all of this summed up in this, it's saying, yeah, that's purposely done. You are going through this trial by fire. This is a transformation, and you're going to come out of it refined. Nothing can be touched by fire and not forever transformed. And so working with fire, there has to be a great level of respect. And this is actually Mayan copal incense. And so I work with fire a lot in ceremony, incense, and here I am trying to light up my dang altar. But working with incense is working with fire. Working with candles, as you see on my altar, is honoring fire. I also use fire in a lot of my sacred ceremonies, so I'm always working with fire. And so that's important to honor all of the elements, but stay connected. And I think that's honestly what a lot of people have lost, that reverence, because you're not alone on this earth plane. We are sharing this space with other beings. Fire is a being. And so you can honor fire by lighting candles and by holding that reverent intent when you do it. Creating fire. And if you are going to have a sacred fire, you do not cook with that fire. A sacred fire, you can have a sacred fire in a barbecue, but just don't cook with it. You are going to use the barbecue only for that purpose at that moment, because you're lighting it with that intent. This is going to be a sacred fire. If you're going to use that barbecue to cook, then use it only for cooking. You don't then say, oh, you know what, I'm going to turn this into a sacred fire after you've already threw a couple shrimp on the barbie. You know what I'm saying? So it's all about intent. And it's the same thing with nourishing your body. It's about intent. And it's the same thing about what are you doing with your time. It's about intent. So it always goes back to the same message. Every card reading that's been coming up lately for the collective, it's really about that. So Astanali, Astanlahi showed up, and this is a turquoise changing woman. If you remember when she came up last time, that she brings in transformation. Same thing as this. You're going through the trial by fire. She also ushers in change, whether it's a change that you've been expecting or that you really don't want, but either way it's going to happen. And she's saying when you surrender, it makes it easier, but she's going to help you through that. The turquoise changing woman helps you through the transformation. She holds you through that. So if the transformation that you're going through, because everyone's going through transformation right now, those who have made the proper changes in their life, it's going to feel easy. They're like, you know what? This is starting to feel excruciating. I can no longer work here. 2 weeks notice, doing it, right? Easy. You honored your feels, you created proper intent around it, did it. Those of you who know that you're feeling excruciating, you've probably have lost your job or are being forced to quit. So it's kind of rough. It's more of an excruciating feel to it. And the universe will do that. And especially if you're not aligned, right now is the time, because everything is being shifted to alignment, because us as humans being misaligned and deceitful and creating discord on earth, it's creating this ripple of chaos. And so Mother Earth is like, no, we're about to fix this shit right now. So we are sharing this plane with animals and minerals. So crystals are our allies. The elements are our allies. Water, wind, fire, earth. They are all our allies. And the humans who have created this hierarchy of importance, they're the ones creating chaos. So really start to think about, how do you feel? When you're treading this earth, are you walking through mindlessly and behaving as if you're entitled to take what the fuck you want, to behave how the fuck you feel? So it's just like that meme that says, rule number 1, don't give a fuck what anybody else says. And that is true. That is true if you are heart-centered and pure intent. Don't give a fuck about what anyone else says. But if you are creating decisions from a place of ego, you are being deceitful and you are holding others captive to your shit. And if you are saying, don't give a fuck what other people say, but that's how you're actually living, you are causing the discord that is happening. You are the cause. You are the reason things are fucked up. Simple. Yes. Had to sit in that and dance for a minute to clear that energy, because I know that there's lots of people that are feeling my words in a deep way and hating on me. So don't shoot the messenger, y'all. Like, I'm the conduit, remember? I don't think before I speak. Everything filters through me. So it comes out sounding like Sherry. That's the purpose of the intellect, remember? Is that it marries with the personality of Sherry. So it sounds like Sherry, but it's spirit. And that's why you feel it. That's why it salts wounds and you feel it some kind of way. And I'm going to unfollow this bitch. Do it. I don't ever put content out to be liked. But everything that I put out is pure intent and from a heart-centered space. So know that it's not personal. None of it's personal. If it feels personal, then it's meant for you. So shake out your shoulders. Deep breath, release with an audible sigh. And you can do this. I called my mom this morning. If I can do that, you can do this. You can do it all. I love you. I'm sorry. Please